Guys, let us talk USA 30. What do you see on USA 30? How is USA 30 has been moving? So, if you guys remember, I think it was on Monday, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, no, on the 1st of June. I did send the analysis. Me and David, you have been looking at these things and waiting for us to buy. That was Tuesday. So we waited for market to buy because what I saw on H4 was this zone here. That was my zone for me to do what? For me to buy. Then I end up missing this entry because I was in GU. So this is what I saw that day on Tuesday. Then I was waiting just for New York to open because if we go, let's say we go to M15, what are you gonna see from that area? So what we need to look at the market for us to before we take the entry. As you can check here, the way market was being like somewhere here, market was being trying like to trap people. They sell, check what happened, the price delivery on this area. So trying to sell and buy, sell and buy. At the end of the day, they just buy. Then during New York, the time we've been waiting because New York starts opening from 7. Let me see where is 7. 7 is here. Then I normally take my trade around almost around 9, somewhere here, 9:30. Depend on what the market is telling me. So I have to take my trade on this candlestick. Do you see this candlestick? This is when I need to take my trade for me to go to the downside with it. Then I end up missing. So I missed so much on that day. I didn't take this trade. Now let us talk about the buy. What happened in the buy position? So one thing we need to understand is about this area. How do you buy? If you check again, it's the same time again, almost 9:30. Then market start buying. But how do you take this trade? This is what you need to see. How do you identify your zone? Let's say we go to H4. No. H4 is 2-4. Let's say we go to H4. The last zone that I was looking at in terms of structure, for people that they are following structure, so what are you gonna mark is gonna be we have this low, then we have this stop, and this reversal, then market give you this one again, so market push again up. We are this area. This area was the last zone before we get all this push to the upside. So what do we do now? Now this is our last zone where we have a sort of demand area, because check this impulsive movement to the upside. So we have a rally, market create a base, market rally again. This area here, market already use it. You see, market already use this zone to run to the upside. They run this liquidity on top here. So this zone here become what we call a liquidity area. So it's not like we are going to look for another buy position from here. Let's say a long one for us to hold for so long. I don't trade like that. Then I'll look for the zone into the downside. But if I want to scalp, I can go to low time from on here. As long as market is gonna give me, let's say something like this, touch my zone, then buy, touch my zone again, buy, break, and continuation. Then when I see something like this, I'm gonna look for what? For a buy position. Then I need to watch also what is happening and where market is targeting. Because if we check this zone here, it's not so clear for us to know that, okay, market is going to do what? Market is going to buy exactly at this zone. So what do we normally wanna do is that we need to look on the low time frame. Sometimes I use H2, I use H3, I use H1 just to get a strong zone. So let's see on H2 what do we have there on H2. Then on H2, what I see, remember all this zone here is the H4 zone. So I wanna find out where exactly market going to buy. So I see on H4 I have this block here. Oh, sorry, on H2 I have this block here. When I have this zone, it's like a signal to me that market is not gonna go here. Market is not gonna drop more to the downside. And why? Because I have market that was dropping, market create a base, market drop. So from this zone, my expectation was, if I was trading, is for market to come here, test and drop. But there was this manipulation of market continue to the upside again. So market went to the upside. What do you expect next? I'm expecting market to come and mitigate this area, because this was a correction for them to buy. For those one that don't know correction, this is what we call a correction, as a pullback, whatever, complex pullback, what people they call and whatever. That is the one that was happening there. So now this area was the block that was being used to run liquidity that was resting hold this low. You see, this block was being used to run all this low. Then market buy, break this area. So this was a significant level that we're supposed to look for a buy position to go to the upside. Now check what happened. So okay, we found that we identify a zone. Let me change the color. Okay, let me delete the H4. So this is my zone. Now, one thing that we need to do is, let's say we can go to H1, try to see if there is any level that we can also try to monitor from there. But for me, one thing I see is that almost the same area, because here I have this zone here. You see, now H4, so tell me, okay, there is what we call a breaker. So we can use that one also. Then I found a nice level where I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna monitor for me to take the entry. Then I can go to low time frame. I can use maybe M5. Try and see how am I gonna take the entry. I know this is my zone. And check what happened, how they trap us. Because when market is coming to the downside, most of the people, what they'll see, okay, market get here, then market start buying already. So how do I do now? People, they'll say, okay, let me jump in. Now people, they jump with this buy. So what I'm gonna wait for, I'm gonna wait for market to run any significant level, give me a break of structure. So if market run this area, you see market run this area. So what I'm gonna wait now, I'm just gonna wait for market to come back. If markets come back at my zone, then I'm going to monitor inside my zone. How do you see inside my zone? What is gonna tell me that I need to take the entry? So inside this zone of mine, what I'm gonna wait to see on the low time frame again, I'm gonna see something like this. This is what I'm gonna look for me to do it, to take my entry somewhere here below, so that I can go to the upside. Or if I'm scaring of taking the entry here, then what I'm gonna wait for is for market to come. Let me change. Is for market to come and break this area. You see this area. So here I need just to keep patient to break that area. Then from here, I'm going to hold my trade. You see, guys. So from here, this is when I'm gonna take another entry. But I know I'm gonna take the first entry here, and the second entry must be there on top. Why that one? Because another thing is the same breaker that run liquidity to the downside. That you see, this is a stop and then market push to the upside. Now on this area where we are, you see we have a nice block. Market trades it on hit and continue again. So simple and straight. I can go maybe to M3 and try to see on M3. Okay, what is there? And sometimes what I'm gonna do again, I'm gonna use 50% of this week. Do you see this week here? This week is almost a nice rejection for me. So what I'm gonna do is I'll check like this. Then my entry is gonna be at the 50% there. So let me show you guys. Okay, my entry is gonna be there at that 50%. This is just another confirmation that I normally use. Then my stop loss is gonna be, I'm gonna put maybe 2 pips below. That is gonna be 19 pips, almost stop loss, because this is US30. It is not for babies. Okay, if I'm not happy with that one, I can go to M1 and try to see what is M1 telling me. Do you see, guys, what I was telling you? I'm gonna wait for market to create this buy, sell, then below here, this is when I'm gonna refine my entry. And if you check, it's almost 50% of my week that I found. Then here is gonna be a continuation because there was a complex pullback again to where to my breaker so that I can take an entry to go to the upside. So this is how you need to take this entry, guys. It's just something that is so simple. Now let us go back maybe to 108. Let's say H3. We wanna go to H3 just to find out what was happening, Okay, people they do say it's more about market structure, but there is a lot to the market structure that sometimes you don't even understand what is happening. Because if you check this level here, if you check this level here, then you're gonna try to understand all this was the accumulation of orders. Now, if they want to sell, so what do we know? They are planning to sell, but they need to trap like every single person in the market because they know their target is for them to sell, but they're not just gonna continue selling and continue buying again. So they have to do something what we call a fake movement. Then that fake movement is the one that's happened here. Market push to the upside. There is people that they ask me about the three push and whatever. So there is one thing that you need to understand is that when market is consolidating, so you need to wait for the three push. And the three push is that market is gonna give you the first push. I'm gonna tell you this is the first push. Then we have a reset. Do you see this reset here? Do you see this reset here? Then markets push again at the same time to another reset. Here we have another reset. Then this is our last one. So from the last one, market has to give us a sign to show that I'm gonna sell. You see, guys, and check the way they didn't respect this block. So if you check here, if you go to low time frame, let's say H1, you see here there is something like a stop ant where they ran to the upside, then they could not respect this zone. This is why you see I was expecting to sell here because I saw these things. You see, guys. So this is how I look at the markets. And yeah, another thing is that for people that they know how I trade, they know that here I'll look for something like 3D, whatever. You see, like market touch for 3 times, whatever. This one was just manipulation, but I know this one could hold the price. Why? Because there is a lot of people that they have orders here that they wanted to do what? They wanted to do to sell because they don't know about this area on top here. They are waiting for them to sell here. Then with their stop loss a bit somewhere here, but check market just come run all the stop loss and drop. So crazy and nice, guys. If you go to M15 from the top there, then what you're gonna see, this was Monday market come and trades inside. You see, almost close to, let me zoom again, almost close to 50% of our Asian range. But they use this block as there is people that they have chance, they watch a video that I record about the Asian range, something called modification. You see here market return, then market did what? Start pushing where to the upside. We push with a nice push to the upside. Here we don't have to sell because we haven't completed the three movement yet. So if you can see, we have one, we have a reset, the second one, another reset, we buy, then we drop again. So we need to understand this properly. When you understand this concept properly, then you know you're not gonna get, market is not gonna trap you. So every time when they push markets, let's say with a big movement to the downside or those three push, then you're gonna see market is gonna give you a reset. You see. So you can even check here. We have one reset, two reset, the third one where inside the Asian range. Then they start buying again. So they buy, they need to resume their trend again, push to the upside, come here. Because if you go, let's say I think we go to H1 from there, then what you're gonna see, they come back to this zone where they've been trying to trap people. Do you see, guys? Where they've been trying to trap people, They sell again. The same thing, the same scenario happen. Sell, reset, sell, then buy. So guys, I know you guys asking me that I need to help you with these things. I need to tell you what I'm talking about the tree, whatever. So this is the story that I've been talking about. So when you understand this, you know how you're gonna make money. It's not only about structure, it's also about price. What is price telling you? How do you take the trade? How is the market going? You see those kind of stuff. So let me try to see something here on GBP USD. Maybe I'm gonna try just to show you guys what I saw. So as you can check my chart, as you can check my chart, this is the way my chart was looking, plus all my entries, whatever was happening. Do you see, guys? All these people, they know I'm not faking anything. All this stuff, they are my stuff, the way I was looking at. And this was my first buy zone that I was saying I'm gonna buy. Then I bought here when the market come. I bought again here on Monday, I think Tuesday, because Monday market was so crazy, I didn't trade. Tuesday, I sold from this area, I closed my profit here. Then this is the last trade of today. Check the way market was dropping so crazy, guys. I saw this one was on, I think I'm 30, if I'm not mistaken. I did send this one to the group. I saw the same scenario. I look at this candlestick like nobody business. This candlestick helped me to run this liquidity. And even on top here, then we create this Asian range. Check the way markets break that zone. So I normally look how is the market break a zone where I want to take the trade. I know I'm in a how do you call it, in a bearish trend because market is correcting. So how am I gonna take my trade? Market has to run my open day. Where is my open candlestick? I'm looking for 00 candlestick. 00 candlestick is here. Then I need to take a sell position. So what am I waiting for? I'm waiting for market to run my open candlestick. My open candlestick is there. This one is just a manipulation for me. They manipulate price to the upside, then market drop. It's something like this. I think you guys knows these things. You know, in a bearish trend, markets open from the top. Markets open from the top. Then we drop. So we need to close somewhere here down. So what I need to see, if I want to take a sell position, I want to see market manipulate my open price. This is my open price. So market manipulate it to the upside. Open price, market manipulate to the upside. This is my entry zone. Then I come to the downside. Then you're going to see market is going to play. Maybe it's going to come and close somewhere here, guys. So guys, this is what I wanted to show you. Okay, I know, guys, you can hear some noise. I'm sorry for the noise, but you know, being a parent is not a joke. So enjoy even the kid playing around so that you can hear the voice. So sharp, guys, enjoy the